common thing, and I'll like exaggerate and then kind of progress through it, but I mean, I see it a lot in the gym. It's like, and heavy back squat day. Yeah, like it turns into that. You're like, that's cool jerk dip. And it's like, no, okay, yeah, and it's like, that maybe might have got like a rep in some competitions, but like probably not. And it's like, okay, no, definitely like hip crease, yes! Like below parallel, it's like good. And it's like, no, just like go down. Can I go lower? Yes, 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 yes. Like, just get down there. And then, you know, a lot of times the question is like, well, where's your tension? My tension is in my feet. Like, I'm gripping the floor in my feet. I'm also used to holding the bar here, so I have some tension in my hands. I have some tension in my upper back. My posture, the fact that the bar's over my mid-foot is also what allows me to have active tension in this position. And then if I need to bounce, I'll bounce. If I can stand up, like, I'll stand up. If I couldn't stand up, then I just dump the weight. It's not, you know, it's not the end of the world. If I miss a squat because I squatted too low, it's not because I squatted too low. It's because I'm not strong enough in that position yet. And I need to spend time there. Okay? You want me to change to be a better squatter? Thoughts?
It was really impressive that you were able to keep the tension and still breathe while being bracing the core.
So that, yeah, that's a, what's that?
And have a conversation.
Yeah, that's like my whole goal all the time. I wish I could have a full conversation while I'm snatching too. I haven't figured that one out yet. I'm working on it. No, I get that question a lot because, especially in powerlifting, you hear a lot, bracing, bracing, bracing. How do you brace? I don't know, I take the bar off, I take a breath. Like, I can brace, take a nice breath, like in my belly, stay tense and talk and breathe and keep that tension. I mean, if I do 10 reps in the back squat, I can't hold my breath for 10 reps. I mean, I can, but I'm gonna have a heart attack. It's gonna go so high. You have to learn how to breathe. And the more I've been in this community with CrossFit, the realization is I'm like, wow, a lot of people struggle breathing in workouts. Like, they breathe when they stop moving. But while they're moving, whether it's a double under or another skilled movement, it's like holding the breath, and then the heart rate is just spiking, 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 and then you're hoping that it can recover when you stop the movement. Like, so learning how to breathe when you're squatting, I think, has a lot of transfer into a lot of other areas as well. Dave talks about the handstand. You should be breathing. You know, it's a lot of concepts. Squatting is not as difficult as a handstand. Like, you can relax a little bit and move. So the oxymoron of the day is going to be relaxed tension. So you have to find tension, but be relaxed and comfortable. Okay? Especially in the bottom position. That's just going to take some time. Stance will help you a lot with that. Okay? So you guys can tell me like good, bad, better, worse, no, hell no, like whatever for stances. So we can go, I would say this is probably a common stance that I see. Would you guys agree? Like when you just see most people, like pretty solid turnout of the feet, you're gonna see like, and got it, like good squat. And then the question is always like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of squat's a little bit bad. Well, if your base is really wide, your hips have a lot of movement that they can do. If you set up hip width, it's just going to help you in terms of being most active and most balanced. So like here, it's really hard for my hips to shift when I come up. They might go back, that's gonna just be, I need to get stronger. It's easier for me to get that push like the banded squat or the banded steps, all right? And then just for like mobility, I'll show you guys something that'll be funny and I hope it disproves some like thoughts. So here, but the cool thing here is my feet are so close, like I can push up pretty easy. It's just awkward a little bit of balance. But like if you just notice like a few things, and I'm exaggerating to make points. I also got super jealous because Dave would do his evolution of the handstand. Woo, I can do something. Like evolution of the squat. Like I don't know. Like, I overdid it one time and didn't feel good for like a week. But no, if you squat, my thought is if you squat very well over time very balanced, your body can adapt into extreme positions. So that's with the back squat. The back squat should be your most transferable squat to everything. So think about your movements in the gym, where your feet are set up. If I was going to do a box jump, would I set my feet up like this to do my box jump? If I'm doing double unders, do I set my feet up like this? If I'm on the rower, do I set my feet up like this? The bike, like almost every movement that you do, plus or minus a little bit, your feet are hip width and as close to square as your body will allow. Everybody can't be perfectly square with their feet. Sometimes we get too polarized either way. Some people, it has to be square. Some people say, no, the hip anatomy is so different on everybody, it can't be square. Most people's hips are relatively the same, like it's very small nuances and changes. The reality is that the normal human, 5 to 15 degree turnout, like 15 maximum is like the max for most average people, and 5 degree, like so slight turnout. If my back squat should transfer to the most movements, I should have the most transferable stance, which is going to be relatively square hip width. And then I'll go from there on an individual basis where I need to